and a realist. The Sooners win. They are 9-2. They beat Missouri 17-6. I'm excited and I'm mad at parts of what we saw today, but I'm also just happy that we're in the point we are. I'm Steve.
O'Connor.
Jay.
Lucas.
So, guys, I want to talk about a lot of things that we've been talking about before the pod. Get a lot of things off our chest about today's game, about where we stand. We have to start with the fact that the defense played absolutely great today, actually put in some difficult situations from at least the standpoint of having to be on the field as much as they were. They came through a couple of disappointing drives, but nothing really. They kept everything in front of them, and they came through when they had to make sure we won the game. So they're the stars, and on the other side of that's the offense that was just abysmal, and troubling from beyond just the fact that they didn't execute. They had play calls that were just scratch your head crazy. So who wants to jump in with either of those areas and
I'll talk about a star, and that's Tobacco Exchange.
Yeah, let's talk about our big sponsor.
Tobacco Exchange right now, the Edmond location is doing 10% off everything in the store starting today, the 22nd through the 29th. They've got a bunch of construction that's kind of blocking the entrance, and they want to reward the patrons for coming in and buying stuff from them. So check them out. There's another location in Oklahoma City, and then our home base in Moore. They're running a special on McAuliffe. It's normally buy four, get one free. But if you mention our podcast, which is the best Oklahoma fan podcast,
It's
everybody
the
knows
best
that.
one.
Two homers and a realist. Go in there and mention it, and they're going to give you a buy three, get one free.
Which is kind of like us. You buy three and you get Jay for free.
Yeah, exactly. Two homers and realists,
Yeah.
and randomly Jay.
That's
It's like a fall asleep jam.
And,
Yeah.
and tonight we're smoking a McAuliffe Leyenda. Not listen here, Linda, but Leyenda. If anybody gets that YouTube reference.
I get
Yeah,
it.
I get
I get it. We've got it.
This is really good. I like this cigar.
It's good.
It's a good cigar.
Yeah.
It's a great
It's a good
victory
post-game
cigar.
celebration cigar.
It is. It very much is. Well, check out Tobacco Exchange. Thank you for your sponsorship. So, who wants to jump in talking about defense, talking about offense? What did you guys see today?
Connor wants to talk offense.
I
it's
don't want
raring to
I don't
go.
want to talk about offense. I want to talk the lack of offense.
You want to rant about the offense? We're here to rant.
It's bad. It's bad, and
It's going to keep us from a national championship.
it will. And that's
I
the
think
thing.
that's a great way to put it.
And Lucas, you said it really well. I was bitching coming into the house here after the game. We're good in 2 out of 3 facets of the game right now,
We're elite
and we are.
in 2 out of 3
Legitimately.
facets of the game.
I mean, Grayson Miller with the punt game could be better.
Had a couple bad ones today, but overall was good.
I will cut him some slack. Offensively, it's a joke. It's bad. Had a longtime friend slash foe slash now friend in our section, Rod, said something actually smart.
Shout out to Rod. What'd he say?
Stay away from Washington State. You parallel what Alex Grinch was for this defense in Lincoln Riley years and what Ben Arbuckle has done in his
Not
first
done.
year here or not done.
Yep.
And it's very similar.
That's a great comparison.
It's a
And
great
I have-
comparison.
so
It's
stay
dynamite.
away from Washington State. Ben Arbuckle's young. I think we can all agree on that. He's to the point where he is so young. He's so immature in what he understands his offense is to be. You can't have that in the SEC. I need a proven winner. I need someone to go get me. Points matter. We said in the post game. Points matter in this league. Points matter in college football. And as you approach the end of the season, you have one more game left. You have a hopeful playoff that you're going to attend. Points are going to matter. And you have to go score more than 17 points
Yeah, 17 points
against a
will
team like
not win a
Missouri.
playoff game.
And so I asked Steve, I was like, when was the last time we scored 17 and or around there to win a game? Answer is Houston last year scored 16, won 16-13. And then the one before that was West Virginia 2021.
Yeah.
Also with a score of 16-13. So you need a score. We're watching teams like Texas. We're watching teams like even Arkansas, Oregon, USC. You go play a team like Oregon, you're going to give up more than 17 points.
If you give them the ball in the fourth quarter down 11, whatever we gave them, 4 times, 5 times,
Mhm.
Yeah.
you're going to lose the game.
Yeah.
you're
And
going to
that
lose the game.
and that's what's frustrating is you look at what we did in the third and fourth quarter. It's just a flipping of the field over and over again.
Yep.
For 3/4 of the second half, it's a flipping of the field.
Which
It's
depends
a
on
it's a punt.
no
It's
mistakes.
it's a punt. It's a one or two conversions for a first down, and then it's another punt. So
And as Missouri saw, one play can literally change the game.
Right.
and
The
almost it.
Titania pass
And if Missouri was
was the only
smart,
reason we won that game.
Missouri would have kicked a field goal and tried to onside kick it.
I don't
against
understand
us.
why they didn't kick the field goal. I know it's 4th and 1, but you got to keep everything in front of you. And if you kick the field goal, you can onside kick it.
Got a game to
With
win.
our defense or offense, there's no guarantee we're not going to just flip around and give you the ball right back. I don't know why the Zoom won't pick me up. Let's see. Here we go. Yeah, I'm down here. There we go. So that's pretty frustrating that we're depending on them making a bad decision. It just takes one mistake and they are back in that ball game. They're really in the ball game, but they're really in the ball game with one mistake, a turnover here, a breakdown on defense there.
And we flipped the field so often where it was like, even I as a fan, I got comfortable. I was like, it's fine. It's 17-6. We're good. Like it's
And in that
I
last
was-
play,
Except
I
I was
wasn't
telling myself we're one major play
Yeah.
away from
Yeah.
them being right back in this game.
Right.
what I kept saying.
exactly.
If we don't hit the Satania slant for a touchdown, there's a chance it could be the worst half of offensive football in 25 years.
We had
Yeah.
20 yards at that point. We had -3 rushing and 23 passing when he makes the 87-yard touchdown, which was a 15-yard throw, maybe 20.
Yeah, if that.
Yeah, 15 to 20-yard throw that he takes to the house.
Yeah,
And then,
just
and then
happened
the
to be
only
open.
reason we score again is because we get the ball to 35 on a shanked punt.
Second punt. Yep.
Well, digging deeper into the offense,
And Mateer had to make a good third down
Great third
run.
down.
yeah, a crazy third down
Yeah.
run. So I want to talk about that drive.
Yeah.
I want to
That
talk
was a
about
good
that
offensive
drive.
possession, though.
It was a good offensive possession, but
Only
I want to
because
talk
of that
about that
run.
drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, only because of that
It
run.
was third and long. It was like
Yeah, it
third
was
and 10,
third
third and
and
11 or
right.
something.
So
Ran for 13 or 14.
echoing what Rod was saying, I'm going to do another comparison from my friend Eric, who pointed out that Mateer is basically Baker's attitude with Blake Bell's capability. I'm still right here. Hello, come on down to me. Quit looking at the USC players on the TV. I'm down
I
here.
think you're shorting Blake Bell on that.
It could be, actually. Could be, for sure. I don't understand, like, why the guy just can't put it together. And he's throwing behind receivers. He's throwing, God, this is getting irritating. He's throwing, he's missing the throws. He's missing the open receivers. It's just thing after thing after thing. I'm going to start sitting on the
If
seat.
he doesn't make
Goes to the counter.
if
Yeah,
he doesn't
good.
make those plays with his feet, I'm not sure there's a reason to even have him in the game.
No, I agree. I
And
agree
that's sad
totally.
to say about a guy that was lauded as like the best transfer quarterback coming in.
Not modded,
But he
not
did
even,
look-
not even modded. He's paid.
But he looked a whole lot better than this.
He's paid as the
That-
best
that's
transfer
insane.
Like
quarterback.
no, well that, but also against
First up-
Michigan and
I
Auburn.
mean, after 4 games of the season, he's the Heisman favorite.
Yeah.
And I was on here saying, I think he's good, but he's still missing passes.
But he's not
He's
even
not making
that
good
kind of good.
reads. And
He's
since
worse.
and it's not the thumb at this point.
No,
It
No.
just it can't.
Can't.
It's
Nobody
literally-
can chalk it
It's
up. to
vision
the-
of the field is what the problem has been.
Yeah, I mean,
Because there
unless
was
it's
play
psychological.
Like we saw Kanik running wide open on a seam route that was a lot like the route that Michigan one, where he first drive of the game, he throws the deeper ball, Kanik catches it and gets sandwiched by those two guys. He had that same play today, except the only guy behind him was about 10 yards behind.
Right.
And instead he throws like a 8-yard route to the left, which got us a first down. It was a completion. But if he just looks a little bit longer and sees Kanik, it's a 35 or 40-yard.
So let's talk about a couple of things that I thought were key, and this is going to be both on Mateer as well as Arbuckle, maybe more on Arbuckle, which is a switch from where I've been drifting. I've been drifting to 80-20, blaming Mateer, blaming Arbuckle. Today it was at least 50-50. So looking at that drive where we score with the tremendous run by Mateer, that may be a season-saving type of drive in terms of keeping your goals alive, or run.
Drive.
I'm sorry, run.
When we got
The
the ball
third
at
down run.
35.
Yeah.
Good
So
drive.
we
Plus
have
35.
when did we get the ball there? Like with 6 minutes, 5 minutes?
Yeah.
So instead of running clock, we're running not a hurry up, but we're running pretty fast and we're throwing the ball a lot. And we're not getting production. We're not getting completions out of it. So it's one thing if you said, "Oh, we scored right away." I'm fine with that, but we weren't. We were just basically leaving a lot of time on the clock, which they ended up having enough time to go down and score, or score. And there's no guarantee we're going to score. So it's one of multiple times that I'm frustrated at the fact that they seem to be a little conceited, as if what they're doing is good enough that they can just pick and choose. So that was a pick and choose that they are not in a position to pick and choose, and they did come away with the touchdown. I'll give them that. It is a successful drive from that standpoint, but you did not run. Your clock management was horrible. Your play selection was horrible because you needed a desperation third down run to even keep everything alive. And otherwise, you're kicking a field goal, giving them plenty of time to come down, and then it's a really tight game.
Yeah, because then it's 10-6 if they end up kicking that field goal, but at half instead of 14-6.
The next one I'm mad about is when it's 3rd and 2 in the third quarter, and we throw a deep ball on a flag route to, I think it was Satania.
Yep.
And it does just barely miss his fingertips.
It's a good ball.
It's a good ball. The problem is it's not the right play. We're not good enough for that. If this is the 2018 Kyler Murray offense, run that play all day. And there's 2 reasons why. 1, you can be confident that you have a good chance of making it. And 2, you're going to go for it on 4th down. And if you're not going to go for it, and you're probably going to get it, if you're not going to go for it on 4th down, why are you being that aggressive?
Right.
Why are you doing that? And we're also we're a team that's ahead at that point. So I don't understand why you're doing something when you're ahead as if you're in desperation mode and you're behind. I get it if you're behind and you say, I could pick up the 1st down, but I'm going to go for it on 4th down, but I'm going to go ahead and try to take advantage of the defense. That's not what they were doing there, or that's not the position they were in, and yet they were acting like this is easy, we can do this.
And at that point of the game, you didn't have a running back because Robinson had already kind of been injured and looked like he was limping off the field here and there. Blaylock came in for one play that I can remember. There was a pass play that didn't go to him. And then I guess Jay Knott is, completely missing. You're not going to use him at all. Barnes is hurt. But at that point, that's when you need to stick Caden Helms in the backfield. If you're not gonna take it under center on a 3rd and 2, which I'm in favor of, but if you're not gonna take it under center, you get a shotgun. You have Helms next to you, and you just have him be your lead blocker. And Mateer follows him, and you pick up a 3rd and 2 instead of throwing a 25-yard pass with Mateer that's got 2 and 10 that he's gonna complete that.
Right.
I mean, he's been batted,
and that's a tough throw.
Yeah,
that's a really
tough throw. And so it makes no sense to throw that as opposed to just trying to pick this 1st down up, keep the clock running. It's in the second half at that point. You're nursing the lead. Just move the ball.
I don't understand any of it. It goes back to time and again throughout this game. We're not running the ball when that seems to be clearly what we're going to be stronger with, and we need to possess some clock. We need to give our defense a rest. We need to establish ourselves. We're going 3 and out repeatedly early in the game. There seems to be no rhyme or reason. I think you identified it, Connor, that we just don't have an offensive identity. We don't have an offensive theory about what do we want this to look like.
Well, Arbuckle has no idea. I mean, it sucks. Like, I think at this level, like you expect, and again, Arbuckle's in his 4th year as an OC, just in general. But this is a guy who's looked at in head coaching jobs and all the other stuff. You expect a little bit more. And
for sure.
Not even a little bit. I expect a lot more.
A lot more.
And it's just, thank you. It's not good. Like, it's just not good offensively. For how good our defense is, special teams as well, as Lucas pointed out, it's not good. Like, it's not good enough.
The majority of the 4th quarters, I guess, have been our 3rd and 4th to last possessions because the 4th quarter lasted forever, it seemed like. The fact that we threw twice on 1st and 2nd down to stop the clock, and then try to run it on 3rd for nothing, and then punted. We wasted so much time. It ended up being
It was like 57 seconds off the clock.
Yeah.
Like the 9-minute mark.
And they weren't going to use their timeouts at that point in the game.
It was like 57 seconds.
Right.
The game could have ended 30 minutes sooner than it did.
Yeah.
Legitimately.
Yeah,
if you're going to keep it where it's at, that game could have ended.
There were probably 2 possessions by each team extra that shouldn't have.
We did start running the clock down inside of 10 before we snapped it.
We did a good job at the end of the game.
At the start of the 4th quarter, I noticed a difference there was the very first play of the 4th quarter. I think it was like 15 when they snapped it. But then after that, I did notice that we were inside of 10 for almost every other snap after that, which I'm glad somebody finally said, hey, we're in a dogfight. It's 17-6. We just need to start running clock because we can win this game if we just run clock.
But with like 9 minutes left, if you just do 3 straight run plays and punt, they get the ball with 7 minutes left.
Right.
They went 3 and out and gave it back to us with 6 minutes.
We gave it back to them. Oh, they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we could have done the same thing again.
Right.
And then you still would have had a 2-score lead with
You at
3 minutes to go.
At least get one possession out of the way.
Yeah.
That you gave them at the least. It's extremely frustrating because that back to the offense. It's something similar to the offense. It's going to cost us a game. It's going to cost us a chance at a title. It's going to cost us a chance at a playoff victory. Somewhere down the road, that's going to just catch up to you. You can't keep playing this game. It's something that it's just a losing strategy. And the fact that it seems like they don't see it from the standpoint of they continue to do the same stuff, the same, I'm not even going to call it strategy, just the same willy-nilly. It's as if they're trying to test the waters in the first quarter, and we're in the fourth quarter here, trying to figure out what they can do against the defense. It's like all that goes out the window. So, a famous Bob Stoops moment is when he said, just run the damn ball. And they cut to him on the TV, and he was drawing up a play apparently for his son, and just kind of he just shakes his head, and they're obviously just criticizing what we're doing.
Yeah.
Down there,
a defensive coach.
Defensive coach.
About how bad our
offense is. Yeah, but it's like it's not that hard. You coach defense, offense.
And it sounds like we've got a bunch of realists sitting around this table today. But I want to say, hey, we won the game.
There's the homer. We wonder where he was.
Homer out. Let's be a little happy.
We won the game. Our defense is amazing.
We won a tough SEC game that gets us to 9-2.
Mm-hmm.
I had us at 8-4 going into the season, so we already are better. We've overachieved to what I think.
I beat Vegas.
We killed Vegas. It was 6.5 at one point. I think it got up to 7.
I don't think it ever moved. It moved just briefly and then dripped back down.
So we've already demolished that number in Vegas.
Some of it cashed in on that.
I think the problem is we all see
gambling's illegal in Oklahoma, sir.
We all see
travel
what might be wasted.
Yeah, this feels it feels a lot like
17-18.
The 2020, let's see what 2021 season when we were 9-0, going down to Baylor, and we all went down there.
Yep.
And we kept saying it's going to jump up and bite us one of these days because.
But neither side of the ball that year was elite.
Yeah, we were good on offense.
To me, this feels like Kyler's season.
Yeah, I think it is a lot like
or
Kyler.
Baker 17. Like we're gonna waste one side of the ball. Being maybe the best in the country.
We were talking, Connor and I were talking about that.
Because the other side just can't
pull
their weight.
17 or 18? And it's probably 17 from the standpoint of how elite and great the defense is, although that was a generational offense. So maybe it's not quite there, but pretty close. And we thought it's a lot like 18 in the sense that your defense is really, really good, but your offense is so bad. I can't even say we're as bad on offense. Like we were better on defense in 17 than we are on offense today.
That's probably true.
Probably true. Yeah.
It took a year of faith.
We still had good players on defense.
That made plays.
We just didn't put it together
when
we needed to.
It was more putting it together.
Georgia,
yeah.
Well, that's my point. It's like you make the playoff, and I was saying in there as well. You're going to run into a team, and it's going to be bad. Like at some point, offensively, you're going to have to go shot for shot.
Yeah.
Or close to it. And
could be next week. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't.
LSU backup looks pretty good,
and we don't have the firepower to do it.
Did they play today?
Yeah, they're playing a nobody.
Okay.
Yeah, they're in the nobody schedule of the SEC. Well, let's talk about something else that was pretty nice, and that is the fourth quarter transition. That was a lot of fun. Walk us through that, Lucas.
Somebody came up on the screen. We can't figure out who it was.
We cannot figure out who that player was.
Yeah,
so if you know,
former player standing in a wheat field,
answer in that
in the comments,
doing the gladiator thing, walking through the wheat field, starts talking. Many men didn't believe in us, and they all talk crap on us, and they show clips of Brandon Walker saying they're going to lose to Tennessee, they're going to lose to Alabama, blah blah blah, and then some other SEC idiot that said Alabama's going to beat them by 2 or 3 touchdowns, and also so they're using clips as hating on us, and then they finish the vignette and Mini Men by 50 Cent pops up, and the team went nuts.
It's
You look
good.
over the sideline;
It's
those
good
guys
2-1.
are throwing. They got like towels or something. They're waving them. They're jump up and down. They're hyping each other up.
They were
The
excited.
fans, the older crowd, no idea what that song is, no idea what that song means, probably didn't understand the lyrics. There's a lot of bleeps going on, or not bleeps, but
Yeah.
cutouts from
Mhm.
curse words and whatever. But I felt I'd be happy if that's our forward thinking fourth quarter song from here on
I
out.
agree.
And it'll
If
be
it's
better
our
with
version
it'll
of
be better with the
Entertainment
light
Man,
show.
whatever.
It'll be better with the light
Should be
show.
a better light show.
Which requires a night game.
It'll be
Requires
great
a night game or
it'd
a
be great to
late
bring 50 Cent. He
afternoon.
shows up and does it live. We'll be super
That'd be
hyped for
cool.
that. I mean,
That'd be really cool.
that'd be awesome.
That'd be awesome.
So that was a step up from
Yeah, it was.
courtesy of Red, White, and Blue, which they still played because it was Military Appreciation Day. They did that somewhere towards the end of the third quarter,
Right.
like before the end of the third quarter.
Right.
But stadium atmosphere, students showed up late. That corner over
There's
there
a reason
was
for that, though.
empty.
There's a reason. So
Okay.
Ava was telling me the problem for the students is just like everything at OU with the slow entry. So when you go in and you scan your ID, they give you an arm bracelet. Well, that arm bracelet process is slowing everything down. And so when you get an 11 a.m. kick, you're not going to get there at 9 a.m. when the gates open.
Right.
And so what's happening is everybody's right there at the gates, and it's just a
Right at the student
bottleneck.
stands.
So that they know when you're in the student section that you're supposed to be in the student section, rather than you go buy a ticket somewhere else.
No adult wants
and
to
come
sit
in
the
there.
section.
Well,
You'd be
you'd be surprised. But also, what happens is it's limited availability.
Yeah.
And so you have a lot of people who want to go to the games as students who can't, so they buy tickets on the secondary market
And
that
try
they
to
want to
fit
sit with their
the
friends.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So all of that kind of speaks to what they need to do with the stadium, and we can get into that in a minute about stadium plans, but you look at the students and it's tough. I mean, I know that they've got a reputation of leaving early and all of that, but if you've got students that want to come to the game, you kind of like to accommodate. And
Yeah.
so we're talking about a stadium reduction. You might want to think about a loss leader of, well, we're going to build the stadium bigger and let more students in, even if we don't give them great seats, but we're going to let them in. And at least we have that capacity for that. So that's
I
something to
remember
think
like
about.
the early games, the Michigan game especially. There were students that should have been in the student section, but that was packed out.
All the way in
They
the
were,
aisles.
They were on our aisles
Yep.
next to us, and I mean, people couldn't even get up and down the aisles because
Yep.
the top like 6 or 7 rows of each section had students just standing on the stairs.
Yep.
Which is completely unsafe.
No,
Especially,
totally unsafe.
especially at the beginning of the year when it's so hot.
Yeah.
And people are getting
Oh, they had all kinds of people
stretchered
passing
off
out and
stuff.
everything. Yeah. It was awful.
The safety teams can't get up there because there's students,
Yep.
lingering on the stairs.
Well, before we get back to the playoffs, then let's talk a little bit about the announcement. We'll talk more in the midweek, but the OU comes out with their big announcement about all of the stadium expansion that they want to do, and I think it was
Expansion.
well. I'm sorry, renovations, whatever.
Yeah.
So it was very telling the fact that everyone's reaction and everyone's taste and viewpoint of the reaction from independent sources was so resoundingly negative. So like 90% of the comments at least are negative on everywhere they posted and talked about that. And the things that bug me about it is, how did you not know that's going to have a potential to be negative?
I think they did though.
Well, I think
That's why they released so many freaking positive.
well, that's what bugs
notes
me about it, though.
And you shouldn't do that with 2 games left in the season.
Well, I think they're trying to capitalize on the victory against Tennessee, the victory against Alabama. And I understand that. But here's what I don't like. I think it comes with the typical OU condescension, conceited attitude, and just an arrogance about who they are and what they think they can do, because they did not in any way understand or appreciate or anticipate the fact that it's going to be met with a lot of consternation. And it has to be, because this is the first view we're getting of it. And we get these views from 1,000 feet away. People have anxiety about losing their seats that they've had for decades. We've already been through a round of it, so it makes it even less excusable since they've already saw that. You lost your seat, and everybody in that group was really mad about that.
Still am.
I
still don't like my seats.
That was
compared to
without
what I had
a
for 20 years.
That was without a renovation or anything else.
Yes, that was
just getting moved out.
SVP rule. We
Yeah.
got to put the
Yeah.
way
That was just getting
somewhere.
moved.
This is an announcement of
Specific section. Had to be
7,000 fewer seats, roughly, and a really big change. And obviously that change is driven by money, which is fine. I understand the need for it, but it's got suites and it's got club and it's got everything else. So you got people that are already paying a lot of money for these tickets and they're sitting around thinking, well, right, how much more are you going to ask of me? Never did they think to come out and lead with, I understand this is going to bring a lot of anxiety. We totally understand that you're anxious about this. Trust us. We're going to listen to it. Trust us. We're going to try and figure out a way to make sure your voice is heard. Nowhere along that path did they give even lip service to it. What they did was they rolled out PR announcement after PR announcement of here's what it's going to look like and it's going to be great. And now we got a clip from Harris and Castiglione and everybody else.
One, you have
Here's how it's going to be great.
Defensive about it.
Yeah, and very defensive about it.
Massively defensive.
Just really just in a way that is too typical
like you screwed
of him.
up.
Yeah.
Like
and
you screwed up.
It's
So
like
now
you plebes don't
go
question
answer.
me. Just you'll like it.
Yeah,
Here it is.
fall
Take
in
it.
line.
Beyond that, I'm sure that there, as the details unroll, it's going to be a lot of unrealistic ideas about what revenue they can get, what they can sell suites for, what they can sell loge boxes and clubs for. But the other thing I want to say, and then I'll stop my rant, is I looked over today at critical moments of the game and throughout the game. And if you look at the club section in the south end zone, it's maybe a third, or it's about a third empty. And if you look over at the club level on the east side, it's half empty and the whole time. Now they're up there in the club, but they're
in the
silent.
Club. They're in the club.
You can't hear them. They're not part of it. So all of these renovations run the big risk of making us the quietest, most hospitable environment for an opponent to come into that there possibly could be. And it also runs the risk of being, we're watching Texas right here, becoming more like Texas in a way that's bad. And that is the country club mentality of we're just there to root for the team, but we're not going to really pour our heart into it. And we're not going to have the environment that really says our passion is here and makes it a tough place for people to play. All right, end of rant from me. I don't know if you guys anything else to add to that.
No, it's just bad.
Tell the midweek, and I got more to say.
We have
I got a lot more to say.
I'm pissed. I'm pissed off about it.
And we're hearing you. It's the number one fan based OU podcast. We're hearing what the fans are saying.
I tweeted Joe Castiglione twice yesterday, got nothing back. He offered one guy to send his phone number and to discuss it. Whatever. He's just like, it's so short sighted. And I get like there's a much bigger picture to be played here. I understand that. But you go look at the bread and butter of Oklahoma football and revenue and everything else. It's season ticket holders who are in the west side of the stadium or the north side who are
devout.
Yeah.
No, they're
Don't miss
devout.
games.
Yeah.
They're sitting in rows 40, 50, etc.
72.
Was my
72. And you're gonna buy tickets. Like I don't want to be priced out. Not even priced out. Like I'll buy tickets. I'll go to games
until we run out of money.
until we run out of money.
Or you
But
have to sit like a plebe and then
you're displacing people in favor of people who may or may not show up.
Well, there's another
or
element.
they're buying them with a corporate card and just giving
Yes.
them
Exactly.
to
So
random
exactly,
customers.
exactly.
They're like, oh, it'd be nice. I haven't been to OU game in 10 years.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll go sit in the stands.
Are you going to
watching
cheer?
OU game.
If you remember Mike's comments, I think it was on the pod in one of those first games, maybe Michigan, how not only are they all up in the club, but when you go and sit in the seats, if you cheer, it's awkward
Right.
because you're the only
like,
one
who's
cheering.
standing up?
Exactly.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Who cares?
It's like
So,
when he goes
right,
to
yeah.
games.
Who cares?
Exactly. So we don't want that environment. They better protect themselves against it. And I have no
Well, and
faith that they're
someone
going to.
brought up a good point, and we can leave it off on this. It's like you go to two homegrown environments like Neyland and Doak Walker. Not Doak Walker. What's Alabama's stadium called?
Brian Denny.
Brian Denny.
Right.
Yeah.
You go to two like profound venues, and you see what they have to offer, and then you do this. Like after that, I just don't get it. Neyland is an experience in and of itself. A few of us have been there, and it's unique in every single way. They're not doing anything to reduce the capacity at Neyland.
Right.
They're not doing anything like that
They're
at
like
all.
103 or
And
Right.
and
not that big of an area
you know who did
population.
do something? Is Florida State.
yeah,
Where's their program going?
exactly.
Hardcore
So
downhill.
it's frustrating. It's sad, and I want to be better.
Yeah, I do too.
And what I'll tell you what really irritates me is I did see Joe C's interview with George Stoya of Sooner Scoop,
Mhm.
and he said something about we had to look around and see what the fans are doing. I talked to Joe in person at a breakfast deal, I don't know, 5 years ago, and he said that the trend was people have such good TVs now, and they have every channel, and it's hard to get them out of the living room where they can walk to their own bathroom, they can go to their fridge and get a beer and watch the games. So you're only getting the most hardcore, for the most part, fans that will regularly attend, much like
Yep.
the three of the four of us. And he's not even listening.
I am listening.
And that was, I don't know, 5 years ago that I talked to him. I mean, I had this. It was a thing on Twitter. It was like,
Yep.
message OU, you go to breakfast. So it was him and Sherry Cole and about 5 fans. And so he was telling me all this. So then in this interview with Stoya, he says, yeah, we're going to lose 7,000 seats, but the revenue difference that we're going to make by putting the upgraded, pricey seats up, we're going to come out ahead. And that really pissed me off because that's saying you're catering to the people that have a boatload of money that can just donate and go sit in these super expensive seats and
Just buy the seat.
47
They just
seats,
buy them.
60 loge boxes or whatever the numbers
Yeah.
were, that they're more concerned with taking in the revenue to make those fans enjoy their experience more than the people that have gone to the football games for decades.
Well, that's what pissed me
and
off
pay
too.
cheaper prices.
I agree, and he said something similar along the lines of, "It's going to be people like us." Joe Castiglione saying this: people like us who are invested in going to college sporting events, and it's like,
That's incendiary.
people like us is crazy.
Yeah.
Like people like whom?
Yeah.
Like me and you, and I'm not the same as him.
Nope.
I'm not even close.
That's
And
frustrating.
I care.
Yeah.
I care just as much. I like to think I care as much. And a lot of those people who are going to get priced out of seats care as much, but they're not good enough, though. It's not.
So,
It's
so that
not good
that bugs
enough.
me too, and it bugs me on a different level, not as much of a populistic um level of like I understand they need money. I understand the thing we want success because of money. We all understand that. But it's a balancing act.
Do something different.
And to to think again, to take it for granted that you're going to get the revenue that you think you need to get and it's going to cover that and everything else stays the same is really stupid because it doesn't all just stay the same if you do that. If you lean heavy enough, you're going to find that you're going to have a very sterile environment that is not conducive for building success.
Yeah.
And you may have tons of money, but I got news for you.
Money doesn't buy you applause.
Well,
and doesn't buy you cheering your defense on when they're playing a tough offense.
Well, here's the news I got for him, and it's a two-edged sword, and both of them cut against him. On one hand, you're not a for-profit entity. You're a state organization and a state university. You're a state school. So at some point, you're doing a disservice to the state that owns that and the people that own it. On the other hand, or the other side of that sword, is the fact that time and again you've proven it is not a profit-driven entity because profit-driven entities know what the hell they're doing, and you don't. And when we look at things like the arena that they want to build and the grandiose plans they have there, and they float a proposal in front of us with three different options, and they're A, B, and C is ridiculously expensive and crazy prices,
But
and
that's
B
what they want.
and A and B are even higher. It's like no one's going to buy this, dum dum. They've got unsold suites and loge boxes. As I understand it today in the South End Zone.
Yeah.
What makes you think you're going to be able to sell these things for these extraordinary prices? And we don't know the prices, but it's back to just this arrogance and an attitude that they think they can just get whatever they want if they just demand.
So what do you
Very
think?
frustrating.
What do you guys think? And maybe we leave it here.
It'll be the second time we almost left it here, but go ahead.
Maybe we leave it here.
For the midweek pod.
What do you guys think? I mean, it's renderings. We saw renderings, right? It's not a.
And we saw renderings in
thing.
2014
It's all renderings in 2014
of a nice pavilion above the north end zone.
So-
People walk from one side to the other.
Yeah, which is beautiful.
To get out of there.
What are the chances backlash has any effect on this?
I think it'll have effect. I do think that they'll renovate
Small.
the proposed renovations. I think they'll change a lot, but again, I think
Because
it's going to be.
Ava said something. It's ugly.
It
as
is
well.
ugly. Everyone found it
It's
ugly.
crazy how
It's
tall
not-
that press
it's
box is.
not-
It is.
It's
It is
not
just
There's
good.
there's
It's
the
not
one
aesthetic.
rendering that's
Not
from
aesthetically pleasing.
the
no.
little circle drive on Asp, the cul-de-sac there, where you're looking at the parking garage and then the press
Yeah.
box. I mean, it looks like a monolith. It's
It
crazy.
it looks like something that you build in a country ruled by a king or a dictator, and it's a tribute to them. And
Yep.
it's just like it does look like something Trump would love. It just keeps going up, and it just is
You got to put a bunch of gold plating all over
yeah,
it.
yeah, that's true. We'd have to do that.
Perfect.
Beautiful
We might.
building.
We might.
So I don't,
Kind.
it is the aesthetics. I think it's going to change a lot. Unfortunately, I don't think it'll change. I fear that it won't change in ways that are great. I think that we look at the South End Zone and the failures that I think that are there, along with the successes. The failures are unsold inventory and inventory sold to people that may not be the most desirable customers because money isn't everything. You want fan support, you want dedication, you want people that are going to scream and tell their horse.
But the
And-
South End Zone, compared to what it looked like when we started going,
Right?
looks amazingly better.
No, it looks amazingly
Yeah.
better.
When you
Looks-
pull
I'm not
that
saying I'm
in,
not just talking about
it's way-
aesthetics. I'm talking about the whole thing. Is it going to get renovated?
Gotcha.
Like it needs to get renovated in a sense that's realistic, that sells and sells to the right mix of people. And you want a place for everybody. You really do.
And what are you saying
I'm
about the
afraid they're not doing
28
that.
season when you're going to close? At the end of the 27 season, you're going to start construction, and it's going to be ready supposedly by the beginning of the 29 season.
Right.
So you're throwing away the 28 season.
I don't think they'll do that.
as far as that's when you're going to lose the majority of the seating.
I don't think they'll do that. I think they will be smart about we're going to have this ready for the
gonna
28
be smart.
season. Okay. They will attempt to be smart to have this well from the standpoint of seats available. They'll have a place for you to be in the 28 season, and then they'll do the other part
might
after
suck.
the 28
It
season.
might really.
It might suck. We might be sitting on stools,
Yeah.
but it will be there. Yeah, I don't know. Well, let's talk about something else that's really important. That's the fact that we're looking at the possibility of playoffs in Norman. Sooners right now, if it ended today, even with these games going on, I still think we're probably eighth. That's exciting,
We're not
guys.
falling. We're not falling from
We're not falling. Surely we're not falling
We don't-
from eighth.
Hey,
This-
without Syracuse, they might jump us.
That would be so ridiculous. That would be so
It'd be
so
beyond
so, so
ridiculous.
bad. So bad if they jumped us after that.
They have one ranked win all season.
Yeah, it just the resume has to factor in, right? And
The two teams that they played that were tough, they lost both of them. Miami and A&M.
mhm.
Miami was tough. What are they at? 13-ish now.
Did they win today? What was the
Yeah, they
score?
played nobody.
I mean,
That's a good.
Miami's
It's
a good
loss.
team.
It's a good loss.
It's a quote unquote good loss. A&M's a really good loss, even though he lost it at home by
Right.
what, a point or
You
something
still
like
have to
that.
beat people. Though.
You have
Right,
to,
you have to win.
and you can say, well, they only had this many people on their schedule.
Well,
They're
you lost to
independent.
them. You
They
lost
set-
to the
They're
ones.
independent. They
Yeah.
set their own schedule.
Yeah, and you
They're
lost.
not in a
Yeah,
conference, so
you
they're not
lost.
letting the conference pick who they're playing.
Yeah.
They literally get to schedule their entire season,
Well, and not everybody
And-
who's independent does.
and they put
Notre Dame does because they're Notre Dame.
and they put
If they call, you say yes.
three decent teams on their schedule and lost to two of them.
Uh-huh.
So if they blew out Syracuse
Syracuse.
today,
Woo.
and we beat our fifth top 25 ranked team today.
Big
And
difference.
next week we have an LSU team that was a top 10 team going
Right.
into the season. I realize they're not now. You're not going to get credit for beating a
But
a
athlete
gal
wise,
LSU team.
how much right now on the field next week, LSU versus Syracuse?
Yeah.
Is it even close?
No. Or against half the teams.
Have to,
Notre Dame
that
played
we,
this year.
yeah, and that we played and beat.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'll be extremely pissed if somehow they decide Notre Dame's schedule or Notre Dame goes above us and we drop.
And so how
we
things
flip
are shaky,
8-9,
we could flip and we're in South Bend instead of they're coming to Norman.
which would be insane.
That would be so awful.
And there's so many different things that can happen going into the final week because the SEC isn't decided yet.
Nope.
Is
Yeah.
A&M not 100% in? Like if they lose to Texas, so they're still in, right?
No, there's a bunch of. There's
There's a bunch of if
teams.
scenarios.
I don't understand how they wouldn't be because
There's a
Miss.
bunch of like
Yeah, Ole
four
Miss,
four-way,
Georgia,
five-way
Alabama.
ties.
So
One loss.
It's a bunch of one-loss teams.
they still
and
could
then
be
but
out.
A&M didn't play any of those teams, so I
Right.
don't know what the tiebreaker scenario is.
Is so is that because
Yeah,
if there's like 3 1-loss teams,
That's gonna be
you're
more
in
than three.
you're in that
It'll be
weird.
4.
It'll
It'll
be
be four.
four.
Because it'd be Bama, Georgia, which Bama has a tiebreaker over Georgia.
Bama, Georgia.
Georgia
Ole
has
Miss,
a tiebreaker
and-
over Ole Miss, but A&M didn't play.
Well, and
absolutely
no. In that scenario, Alabama's
outside
in,
Texas.
so they're not in the tiebreaker. If Alabama beats
Beats
Auburn,
Auburn,
they're in. Now you'd have the tiebreaker. You're saying between Georgia,
Ole Miss,
A&M, Ole Miss.
Yeah, and Georgia beat Ole Miss, but A&M didn't play any of those teams because they had the soft.
Right, and so you go to the next layer of whatever that tiebreaker
Which
is.
Nolan mentioned. I think it may be
winning percentage.
winning percentage.
Well,
Which it wouldn't be
which
this.
knocks A&M out
Yeah, A&M would be out.
because they only have wins.
Yeah, their
Now,
resume's not that strong.
Yeah, because if they lost to Texas, literally they don't have a single win against a winning SEC school this off or this season.
Mhm.
Everybody they've beaten so far has a losing record in SEC conference play. So that would leave it to Georgia and Ole Miss as a tiebreaker, which Georgia would get in because they beat Ole Miss.
So
So you could have a Georgia Bama rematch in the SEC title.
which is not great for OU. We'd really, I mean, we want Alabama not to win the SEC title.
Yes.
We want Alabama to. It'd be great if they got beat by Auburn and just be done with that. And then if they lose in the SEC title, that'd be fine. That helps solidify us as a host. With Oregon, they're in control in this point, right? And did USC go for 2?
Yeah.
Yes.
What was
It
that?
made no sense.
Down 7, 1 for 2.
What
It
is
was-
Lincoln
Oh,
doing?
no, down there was 35-21. They scored a touchdown and they went for 2 with like 8 minutes to go. Why?
It makes no
Analytics,
sense.
so that sounds dumb.
No,
That
it
sounds
does-
like a dumb math person thing.
Don't defend it with analytics as if that.
I'm telling you the reason. I'm not defending it.
Well, why do you think that's the reason? Did you run the
If they
analytics?
get it, they're down by 6, and then they can score and kick
You're
the
assuming.
game.
You're
When you
presuming.
have
You're
20.
presuming. That's supposition.
Yeah.
Objection.
Objection.
That no.
Yeah, they went for the
You're
2.
out of order.
They went for the 2 to be down by 6 or something.
Well, that's stupid.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't get
Because
it.
now that you don't get it, now you have to get the 2-win conversion if you score again.
He knows that would screw OU. That's what it is. He's just trying to mess with OU. So Oregon's going to win. Texas is winning. That's probably good for OU from the playoff standpoint.
It is.
Um,
It's good.
This knocks USC out.
It definitely knocks USC out.
It
Um,
knocks the fourth Big Ten team out.
Not Michigan.
So you've got Michigan, Ohio State, Indiana.
If Michigan
and
loses
Oregon.
next week, which they
Yeah.
will.
If
Yeah,
Ohio
but if they
State beats
don't, though.
Michigan, then you're down to 3 for sure.
Yeah.
If Michigan beats Ohio State, they're probably in.
That's crazy.
They
They could,
But they won't be higher ranked than us.
mm-mm.
and
It may help.
Surely not.
Well, that'd be the irony. That you imagine Michigan and Alabama
Bama
getting in
jump
besides
in.
us.
Yeah.
I could. Unfortunately, I could see it happening
Yeah,
with this playoffs
Maybe
committee.
like, well, he doesn't play offense.
Yeah,
Right.
They only beat 5 ranked teams.
Right. So there's that out
Missouri
there.
won't be ranked now.
Indiana's a lock.
That'll hurt us.
Who?
That Missouri won't be ranked now.
Do you think they'll fall all the way out?
Yes.
It's like 23 now.
We'll
Oh,
fall.
I think they're 21, but
22.
22.
22.
Yeah, I mean they'll drop 4 spots.
I guess by the
To who,
logic
though?
that they play
Who though?
with, I mean, they need to look at the logic of it. Like it doesn't. You don't
Madison?
have to fall. Well, they may want actually. What might help them fall is the fact they're going to want somebody who's a group of 5 to not
To
look
justify
absolutely pathetic
justify them to take
as
the
they
same
get
spot.
in the playoffs.
They may want a couple of those.
Yeah, to
They
play
may
with.
want more than one.
Right, exactly. So there's that. I just don't know. I mean, Missouri looked okay today. I don't know why you necessarily drop them out for losing to a team that's very highly ranked, But in 3 spots is a lot, sort of. Indiana's a lock. Ohio State's basically a lock. I don't see any
Ohio State's a
scenario how they could not be in. In fact, the best scenario for Ohio State, and they'd hate to hear this, is to do what they did last year: lose to Michigan, set out the Big Ten title game, and then get the 5 spot.
I don't know if
Well,
they can.
essentially, we're 8. The 7 in front of us, I think, are all locked. Other than maybe if Mississippi State lost or Mississippi loses to Mississippi State, they could drop from 6 to 12, possibly
Georgia
Georgia?
could drop.
to Georgia Tech.
Georgia loses to Georgia Tech, and then loses in the
Maybe.
conference title
Ole
game.
Miss could lose Mississippi State.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it's on a conference.
Yeah.
game.
And
So both
Not
of
a
those,
conference game.
both of those could drop below us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
So
both of those are far out. Like I don't see Georgia beating or losing to Georgia Tech. And I don't see
Yeah,
Ole
no,
Miss
they'd be
losing to Mississippi
upsets.
State. Yeah.
but it's possible that those are the only 2
I mean,
possibilities
we're in the
I can
final
see.
spot to host a playoff game at 8.
Right.
So
We need one. It'd be nice to have one of those things happen to solidify us, so they don't come in with a last poll nonsense and jump us
who
into
does
9.
Oregon finish with next week?
Washington, is it?
Because they're not going to
Oregon
make
State?
Or no, they
Washington.
yeah.
I mean, they're not going to lose that one more than likely.
I mean, I don't
And they're
know.
not going to make the Big Ten championship game either because it's pretty well locked in with Ohio State, Indiana, as long as
Not if Michigan
Michigan
wins.
doesn't beat
Yeah.
Ohio State.
No, Michigan, they don't have the tiebreaker, do they?
No, but
They only
Oregon
have one
would.
loss.
Oregon would go. So if Michigan beats Ohio State, Oregon plays
I
Indiana.
would guess.
I think that's right. Yeah.
Why would Michigan? They only have one conference loss.
They head to head.
No, their only losses. They lost to USC and us. It's Michigan's only 2 losses.
I
think Michigan would make it.
don't think they make it. I think I remember.
It would be a round robin
I
between
don't think
Michigan
I've heard
Oregon.
anything about Michigan.
Indiana would be
making it
in.
I don't think Michigan can make it.
That's my only.
I don't know why they
thought
couldn't.
process.
Because they would have.
When I was looking at it, I think I broke it down thinking, oh wait, no, they can't make it because of
But
something.
their losses. To
But maybe I'm
USC
wrong.
and OU. So they don't have one Big Ten conference loss.
Yeah, now that USC's out
They
of
didn't
it,
play Oregon.
yeah. So I don't know.
It'd be a
Maybe
it'd
they
be
can
a
make it.
tiebreaker between
I didn't
Oregon
think
and
they could
Michigan.
make. I don't think they can make it, but maybe they can make it. So you've got
Well,
those
I guess
three.
Ohio State would be in there too, if it was a round robin situation, because Michigan would beat Ohio State, but Ohio State, did they beat Oregon? No, who's Oregon's lost? I guess Indiana's own loss.
Yeah.
I don't know what the Big Ten tiebreakers are. We don't cover them very much.
No, who cares? But
But,
It does
I
kinda care.
because It could
yeah, I know.
Bama winning against Auburn and then winning in the SEC title game
First to us.
could jump us
Yeah.
and take away that home playoff spot.
Yep.
Which would be BS. If
I
we
think
beat them.
it could kick us out.
No.
Take us out in the playoff.
You guys are
No,
crazy.
you're crazy. There's no way we're gonna get left out at 10
You
and
said
2.
yourself there was
So
a 99% chance that LSU, if we beat LSU, we're in the playoff.
98.
98.
ESPN's a 98.
Yeah.
Dude, so
Definitely.
I'm saying
see some
it's-
other
But that's
messed
just
up
but
stuff
that but that means that 5 SEC teams are going.
And that's not unreasonable.
Yeah.
Especially with the fact that
Big 12.
Big 12's really trying to only get one team in.
Yeah.
And ACC's looking like one team in. Where it would be chaos is if you had, and it could, I was looking at it coming into this week. I don't think anything so far has changed it. You could easily have a conference champion in the damn playoff with 3 losses, maybe 2.
Well,
between
that was last
ACC
year with Clemson.
And yeah, between
Clemson got in at
ACC
9-3.
and Big 12, it easily
No,
could
they
happen.
8-4.
ACC's guaranteed
Did
to have
Clemson
2
get in
loss
at
teams.
8-4 last year?
I said a 3, yeah.
Oh,
So a 3.
3 loss.
They were 3?
3, they were 3 loss.
I thought they.
They were
No, they're 3 loss, but they won their conference championship.
So you could easily, it is not inconceivable at all, inconceivable, if you get the reference, that you would have it 1 or 2 3-loss teams in the playoff because of the stupid automatic qualifier rule. It's just dumb.
No, the automatic
it's-
qualifier is stupid.
It's so stupid.
Yeah.
It is so dumb. And what's bad is I don't know if there's anything that can be, maybe that 3-loss team or 2 of them would be enough, but there was enough last year that they said, okay, this is stupid. The automatic bye week for the
For Boise.
conference championships. And they did away with that after 1 year, which I hand it to them. That's a little surprising that they would make a reasonable change like that. I don't know if there's enough to get them to make a reasonable change to do away with the conference automatic qualifiers, but I wish they would because it's just dumb charity.
It's bad.
It's charity for the big group of 5, and it's then
No ACC team.
trying to set something up that is such a disruptor to the sport. In fact, if I were in charge of the playoff and said, hey, here's the structure, I'd be fine with this to say, all right, here's what we're trying to do. We are trying to determine the 12 best teams
12
in
best
college football. And we are willing to manipulate the rankings. I wouldn't put it that way, but we're willing to shift the rankings to bring about interesting matchups. Because I understand that you don't want 2 SEC teams or 4 SEC teams facing off in week 1.
Right.
Yeah.
That doesn't make a lot of sense.
But it's the 12 best teams, so who cares?
But you want the 12 best teams, and let's move them around the way it makes sense. And we're going to default to the best teams get the best spots. But if we get a chance to move it around to make more interesting matchups, we'll do it. They won't admit that's what they're doing, but that is what they're doing. I understand that.
That is what
That's fine, and they should do it from the standpoint of revenue. When you go back to having a Indiana as a host or having Boise as a
Boise
host,
is a host.
that's just bad for the
There's
sport and
something.
bad for the money. Back to the money issue. Whereas if you can host that game and have a matchup that's going to generate a lot of revenue, that's all the better for everybody. Let's go ahead and do that. Anything else to talk about? We got LSU coming up. It's a game we should win. What do you think this point spread's going to be?
I mean, it can't be high because the offense hasn't scored enough.
We're saving it. We're saving it for this game, man.
I mean,
It'll be 7.5.
yep. That's I think it'll be around again. They do have the amazing Bauer Shark coming to town.
Ooh, he's so good.
7.5.
He's good for a couple turnovers. That might need to be the over under. I'm gonna say I'm gonna go a little bit higher. I'm actually gonna say 9.5. I'm gonna say 9.5 Sooners. And that's my prediction of what Vegas's line will be.
Okay.
What do you guys any different
at 7.5.
disagreements? 7.5? Anything, Jay?
Nah, I don't care.
Oh, come on. Yeah, you do.
Nah.
Well,
Champion, dude.
we need to win this game. Obviously, we need to win this game. The season,
Gotta win it.
we're past the point where we might be very frustrated in a loss, and we will be. I don't know how we wouldn't be based on the fact that the opponent's just not that
Oh,
strong.
it'd be a devastating loss.
But it wouldn't be one where we're like burn it all down at this point. I think everybody's safe.
I'm on board with
Burning the
Bernal.
offense down.
I'm there.
Yeah, but
What
you
were we 87?
the people that matter
and we scored 7.
aren't going to go for that.
So we're probably going to be 95th by next week
Yeah, LSU has a pretty good defense.
in offense. Yeah, they got a decent defense.
I bet our offensive efficiency is higher than that, and that's strength of schedule adjusted.
We were 64 in points scored, and we were 80.
We're not going to fall at 9.
87th in
Yo,
total
total
yards.
yards.
Yeah,
Total offense.
offense.
I don't
total
think we'll
offense.
fall that far. And what's our efficiency though?
You don't think we'll fall? We'll only scored 17 points and 240 yards or whatever we had.
No, we'll fall. We won't fall that far. And then more to the point, I think our offensive efficiency is better than you're giving it credit. I'm not defending the offense. I don't think we're going to burn anything down.
No.
Your hat is what's on the camera there.
Just still my hat.
Right now, it's just your hat.
Just my hat.
There you go.
It loves the hat. It loves OU. It's a great hat. I don't know. We win in this hat.
Well,
So I don't know. A lot of things remain to be seen. Obviously, with all of this, it's
Didn't come.
USC loses.
we got to get there.
Didn't
Happy about
freaking
USC
cover.
losing, not happy that Oregon stays in front of us.
Yeah, that was not good for our listener Ava. That's not good for Jay. Well, we're going to be back to talk about that. I want to make sure I'm on this screen. Let's see if we're here. Oh, I was there. All right. How about now? Am I here now? Oh, still short. Still up on turn. Stand up. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Well, guys, we got to be back for midweek to break down what's going to happen for LSU, and that's a game that we win. We're in the playoffs.
I hate that team too.
I hate them. I hate them so much.
National
I hate
championship.
them, and I hate to say this, and I say this only in the sense of who they are and the identity of who they root for, but I hate LSU fans.
Yeah.
And their fandom, and
The
they're just
experience we had,
so bad.
cousin Patrick from Brian Porter, we went down to Bourbon Street after the
I'm gonna
loss.
sit down for this. But until then, Boomer.
Sinners.